never noticed the gap. I never noticed. I never noticed, yeah. No, never. You haven't got time to. Just we'll open the show. It's not today. All right. Okay. You haven't time. Just open the show 30 seconds. Hello, welcome to LuTV. Today is the day the Christy Bellew Cup is going to be decided. Naomh Fionnbarra behind me, LannLeire over here. We're going to cut to hear from their camps and see who's going to get their hands on the Anglo printed Christy Bellew Cup.
Aidan King, club official of LannLeire, obviously means an awful lot to you. How's preparation gone this week?
Oh, it's really gone terrific. Our preparations, we have been a little hampered with a couple of little niggles and knocks in the previous games, but training has been just fantastic. The lads have been really prepared by the backroom team, the two Marks and our own two men, Jared and Andrew. So we're really looking forward to today's match.
What does it mean to LannLeire? Obviously you're looking for your first Christy Bellew Cup since 1985, I think. Yeah.
The only one, but as I said, the lads are really supercharged. They're really ready to go now. Couldn't really be prepared any better. I mean, everything we've done 14 years. There's a lot of toil and heartbreak in those years.
Absolutely, yeah.
4 semi-finals, 1 score defeats, and so today we're hoping to put that behind us, and the village it just mean everything to LannLeire and the LannLeire club.
Aidan, will you do it?
Well, we're really hoping now. We're totally aware of the task ahead of us. Naomh Fionnbarra, they're a very strong club. They're playing in Division 2, and when I looked at the draw before when I saw the 14 team, among ourselves, I knew Naomh Fionnbarra would be the team to beat. I think they're the only team to win the junior championship in the last 10 years. So we knew we were going to be up against, and we knew they'd be the team to beat. So here we are, the two teams today. So we're looking forward to a good final.
Well, Aidan, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Finnbarra's manager Brendan Healy ahead of the Junior Football Championship final here in Darver. Brendan, obviously a big week for any club involved in a championship final. How's preparation gone from a Finnbarra's point of view?
Preparation gone really well. We have a lot of lads back from injury, which was key to our success last Saturday afternoon. Played a really good Mitchell side here last Saturday. I don't think we ever underestimated how good they were. Our own lads, they're actually starting to sing now at this stage, so hopefully we're singing a different tune this evening at 5 o'clock. That's the most important thing.
How's preparation?
Preparations have gone really well. Harvey has put a really good effort with the boys this week. We've had full numbers, which is all you want to see on a championship week.
An awful lot of talk about LannLeire. Favourites tag probably heading into the game. Understandable?
Yes, I mean they've come out of the hard side of the draw. They played the Glide twice, which are a team that have proven their worth in the last couple of years. Just been unfortunate with some of the results. Look at we're under no illusions here. They probably have the favourites tag for a reason. So we'll hopefully set that right today for them. Okay.
Final question: will you do it?
I have no doubt we'll do it. We're an intermediate. We play intermediate league. We played some intermediate teams this year and a couple of senior clubs as well. We're well fit for this today, so I have no doubt in my mind that we'll be carrying Christy Bellew back to Finnegan.
Number 10, Colm. Number 11, Colin Murphy. Number 12, Darren Malone. Number 13, Alan Murphy. Number 14, Bob Murphy. And number 15, Killian Gregory. For Naomh Fionnbarra, we have number 1, Dottie Woods. Number 2, Brendan Sims. Number 3, Patrick McGrain. Number 4, Callum Regan. Number 5, James Buckley. Number 6, Hugh McGrain, captain. Number 7, Niall Woods. Number 8, Josh Crosby. Number 9, Liam Shevlin. Number 10, Adam Hannerty. Number 11, Connor Osborne. Number 12, Kieran Markey. Number 13, Marky Murphy. Number 14, Patrick Buckley. And number 15, William Wood. Firstly, I would like to welcome everybody here, and I would also like to make sure that everyone follows strict protocols that are set in place by our stewards in regard to social distancing and keeping your distance from other people. We do encourage people to stay off the pitch and not go near it, and we do hope that everybody has a very good and safe game. People's safety here is at their foremost. We do want everyone to enjoy the game in a very safe and responsible manner. Thank you. One, two.
Into the box. So I'm Joe's in action and I'm on wide. Okay. We have only one camera coming in. So are we only using one camera? Which camera are you on? I'm on a what? One, two. Are you on close-up, Joe? Joe's on close-up at the moment, so you haven't got Joe's camera yet.
Could you all please stand for today's national anthem, which will be sang by Rachel Clearney from the Glen Emmett Club.
Good afternoon, you're very welcome along to our coverage here on LuTV and on LMFM radio. It is the Louth 2020 Anglo Printers Junior Football Championship Final. We're just moments away from the throw-in. We've just had a beautiful rendition of Ar an Abhín, our national anthem, sung beautifully by Rachel Tierney of the Glen Emmett's Club. Conditions here, as you can see, a lovely bright afternoon. Temperatures around 13 or 14 degrees, but there is a very strong breeze blowing as well. It's a crisp afternoon, and that breeze is going to be fairly significant. It's blowing in towards the clubhouse side in this first half. Just to fill you in on the two teams, I think they'll be coming up on your screen significantly from LannLeire's point of view. Colin Murphy, who picked up an injury early on in the match against Lloyd Rangers last week, doesn't start. Niall Lennon wearing number 21 coming in his place. For the Finnbarras, there were no late changes. William Woods, of course, our main danger man, wearing the number 15 jersey, and also wearing 15 on the opposite side. Well, I suppose the talisman for LannLeire is Killian Gregory. David Finnegan is today's referee. Obviously a very small crowd here, but well, I'm sure the Toker and the LannLeire voices will want to make themselves heard as this game progresses. It is a local derby, of course, one of 4 finals here in Darver between today and tomorrow. The minor and senior finals coming up tomorrow, and of course this evening we have another local derby, the intermediate final between St Bride's and Kilkerley. All we're short here at the moment in Darver is a match ball, so David Finnegan just going over now to talk to his one of his linesmen. But as I say, on the LannLeire team, Andrew Dowd wearing 23. These are some of the numbers to look out for. 21 is Niall Lennon, and Benny McAvoy significantly as well. He came on as a sub last week against Lloyd. He comes in to the starting lineup wearing number 24. Our match analyst today is former Newtown Blues selector Ogie Harmon. Ogie, a regular with us at this stage. Ogie, you've probably seen more of LannLeire compared with the Finnbarras in recent weeks. We were covering the match last week against Lloyd Rangers. I suppose LannLeire, you'd have to have them as favourites going into this match. They've probably been the more impressive of the teams in the campaign so far. Yeah, I'd agree with that, Colm. Slight favourites. They've been very consistent all the way through, obviously winning all games, but ultimately winning them comfortably in the end. Those at home, had they not known it was Darver, you might suspect it was Barbados in a hurricane. Sun is shining, blue skies, but it's blowing a gale, Colm, so that might factor into it. Will the defensive system of LannLeire win out, or will it be a case of how comfortable the Finnbarras are on the ball? Runners like Hanratty, Markey, Shevlin, Osborne, these guys. We've got guys inside who could shoot the lights out. We have Willie Woods for Finnbarras. We have Killian Gregory for LannLeire. It really set up for a great enthralling battle. Absolutely, and of course a lot of these players very familiar with each other from underage level, because the Finnbarras and LannLeire have been amalgamated underage level for the last number of years. So David Finnegan ready to throw the ball in, and it looks as if the Finnbarras will be playing with the advantage of the wind in this opening half. So straight away LannLeire are trying to get their hands on the ball. That one dropping loose around the centre of the field, and it's straight away LannLeire getting their hands on it. This ball now coming down this near side of the field. LannLeire chasing their first championship victory since 1994. They were in a senior final, of course, in 98-94. The intermediate success. Brendan Martin, their team captain, at that occasion. They've lost finals back in 08 after a replay. Coming through the centre here, it's Ian Mulroy trying to find a bit of space for himself. Referee trying to play the advantage, and it's a free in. David Finnegan blows his whistle, and the free has been awarded. So an early chance here for the LannLeire men to get their noses in front and settle them down nicely. As you can see now on the far side, there are a lot of LannLeire flags. The Tor side, the Finnbarra supporters are the camera side of the ground here, but on the far side, plenty of bit of colour. The few supporters lucky enough, of course, to get their hands on the ticket tickets. And now the referee just there's a bottle of water on the pitch, so we're just going to have to wait for this now to. So it's going to be Alan Murphy to take this free on. So Alan Murphy now from his hands just outside the 20-metre line. So LannLeire with this early opportunity, just over a minute gone in the first half, and a very breezy Darver. Here he comes, left-footed, goes for height with his kick, but he's judged it to perfection. And Alan Murphy, one of the survivors from the team that lost back in 08. He's one of the longest-serving members of this LannLeire team, looking to get his hands on a first championship medal. And early doors, it's advantage LannLeire.
Interestingly, Alan is celebrating his 37th birthday today, Colm. That's a great birthday start for him. He's a very happy birthday, obviously. 1 point to love. Great left footer and a great stalwart for LannLeire. Interesting inside, Colm, we have Torres picking up Willie Woods. Torres likes to get forward, but Willie Woods is not the guy you can leave alone, so we'll have to watch that battle as the game continues.
Now here's Niall Woods getting his hands on it now for the first time for Naomh Fionnbarra. That ball played down towards the corner. William Woods trying to get his hands on that ball, but the LannLeire defence coming out with it just outside the 45-metre line, but the loose ball is picked up again by the Finnbarrs coming back with it now. It's Adam Hanratty finding William Woods, swings it in. This one looking, is it on target from William Woods? It is. Brilliant score from William Woods. Well, William Woods gets Naomh Fionnbarra back on level terms. And well, what a forward he is when he's on song. We've got 14 points, of course, in the recent quarter-final against the Piercy. He is their talisman, and of course he's looking for one of the 7 players that's surviving from the 2010 Junior Championship winning team. But William Woods, just a split second, that's all he needs, and straight over the between the posts. Ogie.
That's correct, Colm. The first ball in was actually won by his marker. Torres won the ball, but it was a misplaced pass, and it was just a fraction. He was only off from a yard or two. They found Willie, and outside of the right foot, beautiful score.
Yes, William Woods, who got one of the late goals back in 2010 against Sean McDermott. So the McDermotts were on the cusp of a victory in that game. Bernard Osborne no longer with the club now, playing with the O'Connells, but Osborne and Woods, those late goals giving Naomh Fionnbarra a very dramatic late victory. Now here comes LannLeire now looking for an instant response. The man in possession here is Benny McAvoy. Benny McAvoy came off the bench to great effect last week. Here's Ian Mulroy now coming forward with it down towards the corner. That man Killian Gregory now getting his hands on it. What can LannLeire do with this one? Back it goes just outside the 20-metre line. Very, very strong breeze, and the LannLeire men, they're going to have to try and judge that as best they can. Playing it short now at the moment, far side the field. Naomh Fionnbarra just trying to cut down the angles, trying to cut down the space. Back it goes again, and Naomh Fionnbarra succeeding in pushing LannLeire further out the field. Brian McGuinness now getting his hands on it. Lawrence McEntee, of course, in the LannLeire starting lineup, former Naomh Fionnbarra player, of course. Ball now inside the Finnbar's 45-metre line. It's on the ground. Referee taking a look at it, and it looks as if it's been touched on the ground. And Naomh Fionnbarra forcing the error, and it's going to be a Toker free out just inside their own 45-metre line. So just under 4 minutes gone, 1 point apiece here. Alan Murphy, that free cancelled out soon after by William Woods' effort at the other end of the pitch. So it's the Finnbars, and the ball has been brought forward. Liam Shevin, of course, featured in a couple of previous senior finals for the Dreadnoughts. Did play underage for the Finnbars before he transferred to the Clarheadmen, but back this season and has been a big player for them in this campaign thus far. Far side of the field now, Finnbars pumped that ball in. That's a dangerous looking one. Great catch by William Woods, sells a dummy, and that's going to be the back of the net. Goal for William Woods. Oh, brilliant stuff from Woods. Sold the dummy, got round his man, and absolute perfection from William Woods. Well, he's got 2 opportunities and he's got a goal and a point. While William Woods, you just can't keep this man quiet. Early stages of the game, Finnbars are ahead.
He's absolutely lethal. He is supreme quality. County player, ex-county player. Fabulous player. Be interesting to see any replays, Colm, about steps wise, but other than that, it was perfection. He blew the net out of it. Only had one thing on his mind and he got it.
Yes, well, very clever player, William Woods, and I'll say if that supply of ball, if he can get the right supply in, he can cause enormous damage. And now LannLeire, an early test, and that's a push in the back there by Darren Malone, and that's going to be a free for Naomh Fionnbarra. Referee blowing his whistle. Standing over the ball now, it's Adam Hanratty. He's going to leave it in turn, so the Finnbars now just looking to settle it down, but the goal arriving after 5 minutes of play from that man William Woods. The ball that was sent in, and he didn't need a second invite. Referee now having a word with a couple of players. Brendan Sims being spoken to as well, and now this free is going to be taken short. So the Finnbars now on the ascendancy here. It's Niall Woods in possession down this near side of the field. Back to Adam Hanratty. Adam Hanratty flicks it back on, looking for the return pass, but that was well read on this occasion by Darren Malone, and LannLeire coming out of defence with it. It's Brian McGuinness who has it. Brian McGuinness now to Jason Torres, the team captain, sends it in towards the centre once more. So LannLeire now rocked a bit by that, the concession of that goal so early on, but I suppose if you're going to concede a goal, best time to concede is early on. Heavy challenge going in, and William Woods wins the free off Lawrence McEntee, 2 former teammates of course. McEntee, the ex-Finnbarra's man, referee having a word with McEntee. It's going to be this free in for William Woods, and of course he has the breeze in his favour as well, so this is a good opportunity for Woods. So 1-1 to a point with almost 6 minutes gone in this opening half. LannLeire, beaten finalists last time back in 2012 when they lost to Glen Emmets, and 08 as well. Naomh Fionnbarra, having tried so long to win a championship, 2001 of course the intermediate victory, and then they won 2 juniors in the decade just gone. That 2010 victory against the Sean McDermott's, and they were back for more 5 years later against Roche. They also lost the final in 13 against Hunterstown. That ball sent long by William Woods. That's off target on this occasion though. First wide of the afternoon. He certainly connected it with it well, just didn't have the accuracy, just flicks a little bit of the grass up in the air, and that's I suppose just for next time, just to maybe gauge it a little bit better. It's going to be a short kick out now by the LannLeire goalkeeper Liam Callan, far side of the field now. So LannLeire now coming in the attack. LannLeire carrying the favourites tag into this game, having dispatched the Glyde Rangers last week. Glyde, the 3 in a row finalists from the 3 previous seasons. A real war of attrition last week in RD. A poor spectacle it was, but LannLeire getting over the line, but it'll count for nothing if they don't finish it off here this afternoon. The Finnbarrs on the other hand of course looking to regain their intermediate championship status at the first time of asking, and relegated at the end of last term. Management wise, Mark Gilson in the LannLeire camp, this is his second season. He did taste 2 final defeats when he was manager of Glyde Rangers. He's a native of Monaghan. The ball now intercepted by LannLeire, but good covering there, defending by the Finnbarrs, trying to get it out of defence there, just inside their own 20-metre line. Referee blows his whistle, and it looks as if that's going to be a free out. Referee David Finnegan in there. There's a LannLeire player down on the ground. Yes, we've had 3 scores so far, but just to score, the Finnbarrs were looking for the goal coming after 5 minutes of play. I suppose it's yet to settle down really. There's actually 2 players down, Finnbarrs player down injured as well, and
might be just a clash of heads, Colm. Sorry, I think Killian Gregory, I can't see the Finnbarrs player. It looked just completely accidental.
Yes, it looks as if it's Killian Gregory and the Finnbarrs man. Just hard to see his number here. It might well be Paddy McGrain. Not too sure. Hugh McGrain, who will be a cousin of Paddy. He's a Finnbarrs captain. Jason Torres, the man for LannLeire, hoping to get his hands on the Christy Bellew Cup. The last man to get the Christy Bellew Cup was Aidan King, the current LannLeire PRO way back in 1985. And this injury just still being attended to here, and that clash of heads, obviously they can't take any chances, but the game was not yet settling down into any particular pattern, but that breeze very significant. We're sitting up at a height, but looking at pitch side even, Ogie, and the flags on the far side as well, it's fairly significant.
It is, it really is, it's very strong. Both systems at the minute, Colm, are coping well. They're happy to settle with the systems that they have. LannLeire have men back and they break out. They have big ball carriers and Brian McGuinness, Larry McEntee and Benny McAvoy getting involved there, but because they've overloaded defence, Finnbarrs also have extra in midfield and defence, and it's about a case of who can break through at will at best. And so far the Finnbarrs have been able to shut the door every time really on LannLeire.
Yeah, that was Brian McGuinness, in fact, the player that was down. He's up on his feet now and he's looking for possession. He's got it just inside the 45-metre line, and again a couple of players swarming around him, trying to frustrate him, trying to force the error. LannLeire is in possession again. Here's Alan Murphy now who has it. Alan Murphy now sending that one down. Oh, that's a poor pass from Murphy, and straight to a Finnbarrs man near side here, and it's going to be a free out. Man who's won the free is Niall Woods, takes it short, picking out now Brendan Sims near side of the field. Back it goes. This Finnbarrs team, a team I suppose you could say in a bit of transition. They have lost a few players from last year, but there's still quite a bit of experience in the team, and there's 2 players jostling for possession. The Finnbarrs man though has given away the free. The man Pádraig Butterley there has given away the free. Referee, something was said, the referee's going to bring the ball forward, so it's a free out for LannLeire. 1-1 to a point. The goal from William Woods coming after 5 minutes of play. A brilliant piece of individual skill from William Woods. We've seen him doing it so many times over the last number of years, and he's given the Finnbarrs a 1-goal advantage here, but a long way to go in this final. Benny McAvoy now has it far side of the field. Thought about going for the pass, and Owen is giving it away and giving it well within range. Well, he should really have got rid of it there. First time of asking Benny McAvoy, and that's going to be certainly within range here for William Woods. It's going to be a gift of a free really, Ogie, and Benny McAvoy, for a player of his experience, he'd be disappointed to have given away that free. And now William Woods placing this one on the ground, and let's see now if this was on target, and can he judge the breeze on this occasion? So just over 10 minutes gone in this opening half. The local derby, the Mid-Louth derby, the Finnbarras against the LannLeire in this Anglo Printers Louth Junior Football Championship final. Here he comes off the ground from William Woods, and this one is looking accurate from Woods. He's got all our scores so far. It's 1 goal and 2 to a point with just almost 11 minutes gone in this opening half, and the Finnbarras, obviously with that breeze, will be looking to build up a lead by half time. And now it is going to be this kick out from Liam McCallan. Holds his hand up, far side of the field, dropping dangerously underneath this one, trying to get his hands in it. There was Liam Shevlin, but he's happy to release. Liam Shevlin picks up the loose ball, in fact, and he sends it over towards that far side of the field. Finnbarras now coming up over halfway. Oh, that's not a good ball though, and it's intercepted again by LannLeire, and they're coming away with it. Man trying to get his hands in it there for a moment was Josh Crosby. Josh, whose father Martin, of course, former Cunningham one player, former Finnbarras manager, and that's given away now by LannLeire. LannLeire just struggling to hold on to possession, giving away a bit of cheap possession as well. Ball coming towards this near side of the field. They have broken that up now, but a couple of players collide off the ball, but play continues. Man in possession now. For a moment there was Andrew Dowd. Towards this near side it comes. Man in possession now is Ian Mulroy, sends that one long. That's an inviting ball for Alan Murphy to run on to. Alan Murphy is bundled to the ground, and he's got his free. A free in for LannLeire on this near side of the field. And who's coming over to take this one? It's going to be Killian Gregory. In fact, Killian Gregory, a man who's entrusted with the responsibility of this kick, and again he's looking to make sure that he judges this wind as well as best he can, just on the 20-metre line. 12 minutes gone, 1-2 to a point. The Finnbarras with the advantage. Here comes Killian Gregory from his hands, and that one is dropping in, and it comes in off the inside of the post, and it's over the crossbar. First point of the afternoon for Killian Gregory. I know you're a big fan of this young man, Killian Gregory, Ogie, and that's the first real opportunity he's had, either from open play or from place balls, but he's made it count. Yeah, I'm going to be the chairman of the fan club. He's brilliant, Colm, he's excellent, but we've seen it at both ends. Willie Woods, he won't care if it's from play or from free kick, and Killian Gregory's the same. Both of them judge that perfectly. It's slightly crosswind, slightly favouring LannLeire. Very hard to judge for both of them, but both of them got off the mark with 2 frees as well. Ball now sent down up over halfway, a good distance in that kick. Oh, that's a great kick from a great catch indeed from Liam Shevlin. Liam Shevlin pulling the strings for the Finnbarras there around that middle third. Here's William Woods now. Can he send this one? It's going short. It drops dangerously in. Good hands there by the full back, Paul McGill. He had to be confident under that one. He's got it back. Coming out of defence now with it. Paul McGill has a look up, soloing out of defence. Still LannLeire have it. Flicked inside. Now it's with Jason Torres, the captain. Jason Torres has to be careful not to give it away, and he has given it away, but it comes back out 50-50 ball. Finnbarras man trying to get his toe on it. That was Conor Osborne. Referee is going to hop the ball. Conor Osborne in on that one, but it's going to be a hot ball by referee David Finnegan. David Finnegan, not the first Hunterstown man to referee a final involving a Finnbarra way back in 1992 it was. Kevin Levins, another Hunterstown official, took charge of the Finnbarra's intermediate final against the Sean O'Mahony's, and that one going O'Mahony's way after a replay, and now a free given away by LannLeire again, and this one is certainly teed up nicely for William Woods, you would imagine. Now it's a good distance out on this occasion. Brendan Healy down in front of us, the Finnbarras manager, Ulrich Costigan as well as one of the backroom team. Brendan, of course, did oversee that 2010 Junior Championships success. A Mayo native, Brendan, and coming back this year, trying to walk the Oracle for a second time with his adopted club, if you like. Now here is William Woods, back to the action we go. Connects with it well, it's going to drop short though. Hands go up on this one, and it's waved left and wide. Second Finnbarras wide of the first half. We're approaching now the 50th minute, and the score remains 1-2 for the Finnbarras. 2 points for LannLeire. A short kick out, and they might just be caught out here. LannLeire, ball on the ground, pushing the back there on Darver Malone. Chris Whistle goes, it's taken short, a little bit scrappy here at the moment. Here's Jason Torres again, going down a cul-de-sac, forced to go back inside with it. Now it's with Thomas Doyle. Doyle flicks it across, and now it's with Brian McGuinness. Brian McGuinness now sending this one long. It got so up over halfway. Who's going to win this duel? Alan Murphy now turns his man and does well. Now he's going to pick it up on his toe, far side of the field. Needs a bit of support, Alan Murphy. Decides just to hold it up. Man looking for it. Coming forward is Brian McGuinness. Likes to get into these kind of positions. Brian McGuinness sends it on, diagonal ball. That's an inviting one to Killian Gregory. Knocked away just for a second there by Paddy McGrain, but it's still Killian Gregory. They have to be very careful to the Finnbarras defence not to give this man too much space. McGrain gets a knee on that ball and an interception in the Finnbarras job. The Finnbarras defence doing their job. That ball rolled along the ground near side of the field. So So nothing comes to that from for LannLeire. Ball flicked on now, and the Finnbarrs win possession. Down this near side it comes. Here's Conor Osborne. Conor Osborne inside now. Back it goes to Kieran Markey once again. Kieran Markey, his uncle Peter, would have been part of the 2001 Intermediate Championship winning team. Flicked inside to William Woods, and he's bundled to the ground. No question about it. And Jason Torres, well, in fairness, Jason, I don't think he can have too many complaints of the free going against him. He come in from behind in William Woods, an expert in those sort of situations, tried to turn his man, goes to ground and gets the free. And now a glorious opportunity for the Toho men to extend their lead. At the moment it's a 1-goal game, 1-2 to 2 points with 16 minutes gone in the opening half. So going according to plan here, the Finnbarrs will be happy enough the way this game is ticking along nicely for them. And it's William Woods now once more with this opportunity. We've got a couple of wides in this opening quarter. Off the ground from William Woods. This one is sailing in. That looks absolutely perfect, and it is, wonderful score again from William Woods. Off the ground, he makes it look so easy. 1 goal and 3 to 2 points.
Interesting, Colm, watching the LannLeire kickouts. Finnbarrs are very, very aware that LannLeire is a systematic team. They're very slow, methodical, bringing the ball out. So they're able to gamble and push on the kickouts and really put them under pressure. And they've got a lot of they've worked out well in some of those situations already, and when they force them to go long, Liam Shevlin's able to either mark or take a clean catch.
Yes, well, the Togo certainly taking the game here to their opponents. That ball flicked in, right man has it, William Woods, and he just fumbled it a little bit and it's broken up. Glorious catch it was, Liam Shevlin. He was able to catch that one, no real challenge on him in the centre of the field, but he did what he needed to do, send it forward. William Woods, the man with the chance, and just didn't work out for him on that occasion. But LannLeire now need to start tightening up a bit and not giving away the kind of possession that they have, because when you have a player like William Woods in that Finnbarrs forward line, scores are certainly possible every single time. Now, man who has it, Killian Gregory, far side of the field. The Finnbarrs players trying to close him down again. Back he comes once more. Finnbarrs with plenty of bodies now behind the ball. Here comes across to Breen McGuinness. McGuinness now just selling the dummy, trying to send it on, picking out Benny McAvoy now. McAvoy now has options. Here's Killian Gregory once more, because has come further out the field. Here's Andrew Dowd now in possession. Andrew Dowd needs to get rid of it, back to Killian Gregory. Killian Gregory now, support coming from Lawrence McEntee. McEntee has to go for the short pass. Now it's with Darren Malone again. Darren Malone, man on the outside is Killian Gregory. The Finnbarrs men trying to stand them up here. The defenders have to be careful not to give away the free, but there was a pull and it's going to be a free in. LannLeire get the free. It's a LannLeire free, and Killian Gregory surely will be fancying it from this angle and from this distance. He did score one from probably a little bit further out a little bit earlier, and he now has another opportunity with the score reading 1 goal and 3 to 2 points. We have just over 18 minutes gone in this opening half. In this derby clash, the Anglo Printers Louth Junior Football Championship Final for 2020, in very, very different circumstances, of course. Here comes the kick from Killian Gregory, and that's no difficulty to Killian Gregory, and there is the whistle for the water break, and Killian Gregory with the last action of the opening quarter, if you like. It's 1 goal and 3 to 3 points. William Woods' goal separating the teams, but every time he's got near the ball, he looks dangerous, he looks lively. LannLeire would have known that, of course, from the outset.
Yeah, he's a quality player, and I'm the only surprise I'd have is that they're only leaving one man on him, Colm. I know Torres is a fabulous footballer, but he's very offensively thinking. He likes to get up the field. He can't do that in this type of game. So maybe they should be concentrating the sweeper a little bit more in front of him. I'm not sure. LannLeire finding it much harder to get the scores, Colm, than the Finnbarrs. They're leaving men inside. Liam Shevlin winning balls. He's able to lift his head and pick out his pass. Not working that well for LannLeire. Even though what wind is there is slightly favouring them, still not. Finnbarrs have definitely done their homework.
Yes, well, so 1-3 to 3 here. Referee blowing his whistle now, ready to bring the players back on now for this final quarter. It's actually, we've got just over 19 minutes gone in the opening half. So it's the Finnbarrs at the moment by that goal, that William Woods goal, coming after 5 minutes of play. He's got all their scores so far, all 1-3. He's accounted for Alan Murphy, Killian Gregory, those 2 frees for LannLeire. That's been their scores so far. And of course, LannLeire with options on the bench. We saw last week they were able to throw on a couple of subs in the second half. Bob Murphy in reserve, likewise also Paul Callan. Two players who played a big part off the bench last week, so but that's probably for later on. I don't think Mark Gilson will be contemplating anything like that just yet, or any changes. And the kick now about to come from the Finnbarra's goalkeeper after that point from Killian Gregory. It is Dahi Woods. He comes right footed, right down the middle again. The wind carrying it on its way, dropping over the 65-metre line, dropping nicely into the path here of Naomh Lennon. Naomh Lennon sending that ball long in towards the corner. Killian Gregory trying to stand him up here is Paddy McGrain, flicks it inside. A vital touch coming on it, but LannLeire not finished yet. They still may have another opportunity here for score. Ball is recycled back. Here's Ian Mulroy now picking it up. Has support now coming again from Benny McAvoy, flicking it across. Here's Alan Murphy now, and joining the attack here Brian McGuinness, and he's in a bit of space. McGuinness now, can he finish it off at a point? He sends it in on the outside of his right boot. Oh, and it's gone left and wide. Well, the intention was right there, Ogie. Nice bit of play by LannLeire, but really that should have been a score at the end of it all. Yeah, it was a great Finnbarra's getting back. It was the first time, Lennon get on the ball on the 40 and gave it first time in, and we could sense real danger from Gregory, but they had to recycle. Finnbarra's got filtered back and ended up putting the centre half back McGuinness on the outside of his right foot, which just didn't suit him. The wind didn't help, and wide it went. Great effort though. Yes, that breeze difficult enough to gauge. It's a hard breeze to try and play into and against as well. And ball now dropping near side of the field. It's with Lawrence McEntee. He goes to ground. Foul being committed there by Liam Shevlin. Gets up on his feet now. McEntee, the ex-Finnbarra's man, plays it short. Back it goes now to Thomas Doyle. Thomas Doyle back to McEntee once more. McEntee now back again to Thomas Doyle. Oh, that's a loose pass. Miscommunication. It's given the Finnbarra's possession back. That ball flicked forward now, up towards Pádraig Butterley. Pádraig Butterley trying to get around his man, and he does so. Paul McGill, it's still Pádraig Butterley now, taking it up on his toe, looking for support, flicks it inside, back it goes now. Could be an opportunity on here for Conor Osborne. Conor Osborne, a little bit loose pass, asking a lot there of his man, and it's intercepted, and LannLeire come away with it. So the Finnbarra's now at the other end, giving away possession. That was promising build up and a promising shot, and the referee signals that ball. Well, there was a kick going in from Marcin Murphy, referee blowing his whistle, and it's going to be a free out for LannLeire. So 1 goal and 3-3, 22 and a half minutes gone in this opening half. You're with LuTV and LMFM Radio, our joint broadcast here from Darver, the centre of excellence in this Louth Junior Football Championship final for 2020. Liam Shevlin, far side of the field, flicks it on. Now, can Finnbarra's generate a score here from William Woods? The right man has it, sending it dangerously in, but the goalkeeper in control of that one just falls short into the hands of Liam Callan. Referee has blown his whistle, and something has happened further out the field, and now he's going to speak to one of the LannLeire men, and it's going to be trouble. It might be I think it's going to be Darren Malone, is it? No, Ian Mulroy, I think. Ian Mulroy, perhaps the midfielder, and I think this could be the first card perhaps of the afternoon. So let's see now what the colour of the card is here for the LannLeire man, and that's something that happened off the ball. It's a yellow card, and looks as if it is Ian Mulroy getting that card from referee David Finnegan. So we're ready to resume now with this kick out. Well, it's a free, in fact, free taken by Lawrence McEntee, dropping this near side of the field. Man who has it now is Pierce Hawkins. Pierce Hawkins under a lot of pressure from Josh Crosby. Josh Crosby trying to stand his ground, trying to get his tackle in. Ball played forward. This is dangerous here. A couple of players hands go up on this ball. That's all. Great play by the Finnbarra's coming out of their own half with a man in possession. It's Hugh McGrain, the team captain, and showing great leadership qualities. McGrain goes to ground, gets us free to the Finnbarra's, and that'll just frustrate the LannLeire men a little bit again. It is Hugh McGrain just feeling the effects of that knock. That heavy challenge coming in. It's going to be Liam Shevlin now that's going to line this free up, with his team leading by 1-3 to 3 points. That ball sent long left footed by Liam Shevlin. I don't know whether that was exactly where he intended it to go, but it's gone out of play. It rolls out of play, and he was looking for that corner, but there was a little bit too much on it from Liam Shevlin, and it's going to be a LannLeire line ball. Far side with Thomas Doyle now coming soloing forward with it, heading up towards halfway, sending it down along the line to Alan Murphy. Collects it well. Inside it goes now, the inside pass. Picking it up now is Naomh Lennon. That ball is sent forward quickly. Killian Gregory just can't control it. Might get a second bite of the cherry, though he does, It's still Killian Gregory. Finnbarra's defence trying to cut the angles again, trying to close him down. Have to be very careful of him. He's very lethal when possession. Back it goes now. LannLeire now further out the field, just inside the 45-metre line. It's Killian Gregory once more. What can he do with this one? Thought just for a second of taking a pot of the post, but here's Brian McGuinness now joining in. Only gives it away. The referee spots that there's an infringement, and he's given the free to LannLeire. Brian McGuinness, the man who was fouled, and it's going to be a free in for LannLeire. This could be a 2-point game very shortly, and going to be Killian Gregory once again. Now the referee taking a note of a name. I don't think he hasn't shown a card on this occasion, so it's going to be a free in, and it's going to be, looks as if it's going to be Alan Murphy, I think, that's going to take it. It is Alan Murphy coming over that's going to take this free. So Murphy, left-footed effort now from Alan Murphy. Let's see now if this is on target. Almost 26 minutes gone in this opening half. 1 goal and 3 for the Finnbarrs, 3 points for LannLeire. Going to go short with it this time to Killian Gregory. Killian Gregory, now it's not Killian Gregory, it's Darren Malone. In fact, he goes for the effort, and that one has gone left and wide. Probably something they tried out and practice on the training pitch, Ogie, but the end product unfortunately left an awful lot to be desired.
No, and Alan Murphy actually offered himself for the pass, and he would have been closer in. Maybe that's the right option, I'm not sure. Interesting watching the Finnbarrs, where Breen McGuinness is getting forward. They're willing, if they have to take a gamble, the Finnbarrs, they're willing to let it be a defender who gets on the end of the ball rather than a forward. And he got the free that time. Breen missed the first chance, but got a free that time. But again, comes to nothing.
Yes, well, the scores have certainly dried up here in this second quarter, because we haven't had a point or a score since the water break. And ball dropping now, LannLeire picking this one up. Liam Shevin just left his hand in there. Breen McGuinness not too happy with the challenge. Referee happy to allow play continue though. Back it goes now to Ian Mulroy again. Ian Mulroy now goes for the long one, looking to pick out Killian Gregory. He's getting a bit more involved now for the last few minutes, seeing a lot more of the action. It's very close to the sideline, flicks that ball forward left footed. Again, didn't pick out the pass, and the Finnbarrs have it back now in their own defence with Colm Regan. Colm Regan now, good defending by the Finnbarrs, breaking up that move in towards the centre now. Pure hands in the end there by Niall Woods. He gave it away, and here LannLeire coming away with it. That's a little bit of a wayward kick far side the field. Both teams guilty of giving it away, and now picking up this loose one. Looks like it's Paddy McGrain far side the field. Across it goes now, and dropping back there we have Martin Murphy now, and runs into a challenge, gets his free as well. Martin Murphy now is happy to leave that ball, and the Finnbarrs have this free. So a free for the Finnbarrs just inside their own 45-metre line. This one launched long, up over halfway into space, drops down, and that's easy as you like for Thomas Doyle to run onto and intercept. And now that ball played down along the line. A few more loose men appearing. Finnbarrs need to try and close down their men a little bit quicker here. Here's Killian Gregory, finds space, far side of the field, just inside the 13-metre line. Back it goes now. Man in possession is Niall Lennon again. Niall Lennon now flicking that ball in towards Killian Gregory. Again, that's a loose pass, and that's picked up again by Niall Woods. Niall Woods, he gave it away a little bit earlier, looking to make amends on this occasion. Still Niall Woods, and he gets his free. Job done from Niall Woods. Sends that one forward. A couple of players looking for it near side the field. Finnbarrs now looking to try that was interception. A good hand coming in there from Breen McGuinness. Needed to get his hand on that one. It goes out at the expense of a sideline ball for LannLeire. It's going to be taken by Lawrence McEntee. So 1 goal and 3 to 3 points. William Wood's goal separating the teams here at a very breezy Darver, but a bright and a dry Darver. Man in possession is Benny McAvoy. In towards the centre it goes. It's Ian Mulroy now his possession. Goes for the long delivery in, up as far as Alan Murphy. Alan Murphy wasn't too sure he's a little bit unsure where he's going to place this one and looking for the pass. Now he's a bit of support coming. Man who has it is Andrew Dowd. Andrew Dowd now just holding it up. Back it goes now to Ian Mulroy. Mulroy now trying to get around the challenge. Does well. Mulroy now, he's up over the 45-metre line. Now can he finish it off with a score? Running himself into a bit of space. He has to take it on. Blocked brilliantly by the Finnbarrs defence. Great block it was in there. Man who got his body behind it was Hugh McGrain, the captain. And again, another LannLeire move coming to nothing. That ball sent forward down towards that far side of the field. A chance now for the Finnbarrs to counter-attack. It's with Pádraig Butterley. Pádraig Butterley needs support. Liam Shevin has it now. Flicked inside to Shevin. Still Shevin coming forward. Goes to ground just outside the 20-metre line. Has support coming from Pádraig Butterley. Back it goes now. A little bit of a miscommunication again. But Butterley trying to pick it up on his toe. Now he's got Adam Hanratty in support. Man in the overlap. This is Conor Osborne who has it. Conor Osborne flicks it back outside to Liam Shevin once more. Inside it goes. The pass. That's a great pass. Pádraig Butterley now at the end of this one. And Butterley sends it in and sends it over the crossbar. Pádraig Butterley with the score for the Finnbarrs. And the Finnbarrs have restored their 4-point lead. 1-4 to 3 points. And we've had a score at long last in this second quarter. We've had to wait till almost the 30th minute of this first half to get it. But it's that man, Pádraig Butterley. He's the first scorer outside William Woods for the Finnbarrs. They all count Ogie. A good team move, but that came about at the other. It started indeed at the other end of the field.
LannLeire blocked. we're after seeing Killian Gregory getting a lot of more room and a lot more time on the ball, and I think the Finnbarra sensed that. They got 6, 7, 8 defenders back there at one stage. Great move from Ian Mulroy. He felt he broke through the line and earned the right to shoot. He had Darver Malone on his shoulder, he went with it, he got blocked, and we go down the other end, and it's not Woods this time, it's Pádraig Butterly, he slots it over. Both number 6s, both centre halves having great games. Is it McGrain and Breen McGuinness, both playing very, very well for their teams.
Yeah, Hugh McGrain was the man who got that vital block in at the Finnbar's defence, and that was what started the move for that point at the end of it all from Pádraig Butterly. So the Finnbars won 4 to 3 points, a 4-point advantage for the men in the green and gold, looking for their first junior success since 2015, since the win over Roche Emmets. And of course they were only intermediate semi-finalists 2 years ago, remember. So when you look at the experience, they're a well-seasoned outfit. I know they have lost quite a few players. Here's Alan Murphy, has a man in the overlap. That's Pierce Hawkins now. Oh, that's another loose pass. Might just walk out though for Andrew Dowd, picking up that loose one. Finnbars though, they're defending like tigers here. The free is given away. Man who gives it away, and it's Kieran Markey. And Kieran Markey has said something to the referee, not happy with that decision, and it's going to be brought forward. The Finnbars now have to be careful here because they're near. Just for a second, we're thinking about taking the quick one, but it's going to be left to Killian Gregory. Killian Gregory, who's already accounted for 2 scores for his team in this opening half. We're in now to the run into half time. 31 minutes gone. It's 1 goal and 4 to 3 points. This to narrow it to the goal again. Here's Killian Gregory, one you'd expect him to get, and one that he certainly does get, and it's another score for Gregory, another score for LannLeire. That's their first score since just before the water break. We're going to have 1 additional minute, and we're not far away. I'd say we've just about 1 minute overall to be added, so it's 1-4 to 4 points, and it's Killian Gregory with that point. So the kick out now will be taken by the Finnbar's goalkeeper. It's Dahi Woods. 31 minutes gone in the opening half here in Darver. Don't forget later on the clash of St Bride's and Kilkerley Emmets in the CTI Business Solutions Intermediate Football Championship. Another game we'll be covering, of course. That's a 6 o'clock start, another local derby. Ball now played up towards Alan Murphy. Alan Murphy now trying to get around 2 challenges. Gets us free just inside his own half of the field. There's another score in either of the teams before half time. Can't be much more now to be added. LannLeire perhaps feel that they might just get it all. They won't get another score with a pass like that and with giving away possession so easily. Here's William Woods now. Might fancy it and sells a dummy. Brilliant from William Woods. Can he finish it with a point? Oh, absolutely sublime from William Woods. Absolutely sublime from Woods. No question about it. That is a quality score from a quality player, and it's Woods. Well, the slightest of errors by LannLeire coming out of defence with it.
I thought that was unbelievable. I thought Torres had given him a yard or two, and he pulled the trigger first time, and he didn't. He let on to do it. He sold the dummy and stepped inside, and it was never going anywhere else as soon as it left his boot. But they're true.
Here's Andrew
Hawkins on
chance. Pierce Hawkins out, a chance of a goal. And back of the net from Pierce Hawkins. Pierce Hawkins has got the goal at the other end of the field. What a response from LannLeire, having given away the point, and Pierce Hawkins found himself in space and puts it in the back of the net, and Pierce Hawkins, the midfielder, has now put 1 point between the teams, and what a timely score for LannLeire on the back foot after giving away the score, giving away possession, and they go down the other end of the field, and it's Pierce Hawkins who has got the goal for LannLeire, and we have almost 33, and I think that there is the half-time whistle, and Naomh Fionnbarra will be furious with themselves. Maybe they took the RI off it a little bit, maybe they were just I suppose dilly-dallying a little bit after getting that point to open up that 4-point cushion for themselves, but the scores count on Leire will be absolutely thrilled to have got the goal and such a response just before half time, and Pierce Hawkins for a change that Finnbar's defence opened up on that occasion.
We weren't through talking about how good that point was by Willie Woods, and that's the easiest kick out they've had, and they've worked it up the field in a matter of seconds, and the whole defence was opened up in front of them, and that's what the Finnbars had been doing so well, was they were clogging it, they chased, they harassed, they pressed the kick out, and that's the first time they didn't, and a goal for LannLeire.
Yes, Pierce Hawkins, the executor of the goal. 1-4 to 1-5. Finnbar still ahead here at half time, but they'll be disappointed it's not a bigger lead, and that breeze, of course, that wind is going to be very significant again in the second half. But William Woods really the the chief score gather for the Finnbarras. The goal after 5 minutes, but that absolutely tremendous score just before the goal arrived for LannLeire. Sold the dummy to Jason Torres, made it look again so easy, putting it over the crossbar, opening up that 4-point lead again for the Toher men, 1-5 to 4 points, but there was still enough time for more drama just before the short whistle, and it was LannLeire quickly from the kick out, walked the ball down the field, and it was midfielder Pierce Hawkins who gave the Finnbarras goalkeeper Dahi Woods no chance. So it's a 1-point game here at half time. Edge of the seat stuff for the second half, I'm sure you will agree. I won't say it's the most exciting game, but it certainly lacks none of the intensity, all the intensity you would expect in a local derby. Both teams giving it their very all in difficult playing conditions, even though it's bright and dry, but that breeze is fairly significant. But here at half time, it's the Finnbarras just about leading, but it could have been a bigger lead. LannLeire though will feel now, they'll hope that for the second half, that goal before half time from Hawkins will give them the sort of psychological advantage perhaps now on the turnaround. But here at half time, it is Naomh Fionnbarra leading by a point against their neighbours in the Anglo Printers Junior Football Championship final. It's 1-5 for Naomh Fionnbarra, it's 1-4 for LannLeire.
I'll tell you what I'm after doing, Steve. I need
Yes, and you're very welcome back to our coverage here on LuTV and LMFM Radio. It is half time in the Louth Junior Football Championship for 2020. 1 goal and 5 to 1 goal and 4 in favour of Naomh Fionnbarra. But the Finnbarras, just before half time, they had a 4-point lead, but that was cut with Pierce Hawkins' goal. So all to play for here in the second half. And Ogie, well, we covered the LannLeire match last week, the semi-final in RD. It was a draw match at half time, and that seemed to inspire the LannLeire men a bit much. We were just saying here at half-time. LannLeire probably have really haven't moved out of second gear in this game. You would expect a lot more to come from them, and I think that goal just before half-time will certainly just be the lift that they required.
Yeah, you have to give the Finnbarras a lot of credit. LannLeire have been forced to be very patient. They haven't they've trusted their system. They haven't gone away from it, but they've had to be very, very patient. And as you said, similar to the semi-final, Glyde had the lead. They were a couple of points up with only a few minutes left, and LannLeire tied it and were able to go in at half-time and say, right, we'll stick to the net and we'll keep going. Mega impressed with Willie Woods in corner forward. He's unmarkable the way he's playing. Young Torres, he's a fabulous defender, great footballer, great future I think with Louth, but Willie Woods is just putting a lesson on in there. He's absolutely brilliant.
Just looking at the options that LannLeire would have, we saw last week the effect of Mark Callan coming back after injury, and also Bob Murphy, who got the late goal for them. They would seem to have good options that, if need be, and you'd expect in the second half to see those a couple of players on.
Yeah, Paul Callan, he's the brother of the goalkeeper that's already playing as well, and Bob Murphy, and also Conal Maher come on, and he got involved in a few of the scores. I don't think he himself scored, but he helped contribute. All subs getting 1 goal and 3 points in the second half. So Mark Ilson absolutely has that up his sleeve. Interestingly, it was Alan Murphy was one of the lads to give way in the semi-final last week. He's won an awful lot of ball inside, and he's helped relieve the pressure for his defence, because Gregory's he's been watched very carefully. So it's Alan Murphy who's been able to get on the ball and throw it around a bit more. So we shall see what happens.
Yeah, just a word as well, a local team playing down the country at the moment in the Leinster Intermediate Championship, the Ladies Championship. Clonagale, who won the intermediate title recently last week, they have beaten Kilkenny City, I'm told, 3-11 to 3-9, and the Clans beating the Finnbarras ladies last week in the intermediate. So the Clans have won their opening tie in Leinster 3-11 to 3-9, so congratulations to the Clans ladies. They move on now to the next round. Incidentally, the situation with the trophy presentation here, all supporters have been reminded here in Darver that they're not to come onto the pitch and maintain their social distancing, even though it'll be fairly difficult, obviously, Ogie, very changed times of course, because you know as well as anyone being involved with Newtown Blues, your own club, supporters that do want to join in celebrations, particularly teams like the Finnbarras and LannLeire, who are not enjoying success year in year out, but that's the situation.
100%, you're dead right, Colm. You have your supporters who've been up and down the county following you. They come a couple of training sessions, they're asking after people, they're always interested to know, and they absolutely want to celebrate it, but it's, as you said, it's a new different times, and we have to adhere to the regulations.
Absolutely, yeah. See, John Doyle, one of the Finnbarras substitutes down in front of us here. John, a great campaigner, would have played and has an intermediate medal from 2001 and was part of the junior wins in 10 and 15 as well. Great club servant he is, so he's in reserve as well. If the Finnbarras manager Brendan Healy feels perhaps that he needs that bit of added experience in this second half. But it'll be very interesting now to see how that goal just before half time might just change the dynamic of this game. But Naomh Fionnbarra, I mean, they're a seasoned team at the same time. We mentioned, they've been a fair few changes the last season or two, but they were intermediate semi-finalists just 2 years ago. The Feckins beat them. The Feckins went on to lose to the Mockers in the final, but that's only 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's hard to believe at the beginning of this game we're talking about LannLeire being favourites when you have a team who only come down from intermediate, already into a junior final and ready to go back up, and you would say they're a ready-made team to go back up. Liam Shevlin being a big addition to them, but LannLeire had the win in the first half. I don't think that their system lends itself to switching around and going against the wind. That won't affect them, I don't think. They like to carry the ball out of the fence anyway. They don't go from back to front very quickly, so they won't. I don't think they need to adjust a whole lot. It's just what subs they do or don't bring in. With Naomh Fionnbarra, I think they won't want to fall asleep at the wheel again. That goal will feel like a proper sucker punch to them. So I think they'll come out all guns blazing the first 5 or 10 minutes, and it's how LannLeire live with them and stay with them. I think this game could be decided in the last 5 minutes, Colm, and that's great for everybody watching at home and listening. It's all right, it's not pulsating scoreboard wise, but it's very intense, and there's nothing been left a chance out there. They're giving it their all, both teams. It's very good.
Yeah, Brendan Healy just having a few words now with one or two of his players, and Brendan, a man that knows how to win ugly, because when he was in charge in 2010 it was a poor spectacle, that game in the Grove against the Sean McDermott's, but they got the 2 late goals. The Finnbarras didn't really play anything by their own admission that day, a very poor performance, and they really snatched victory from the jaws of defeat very late on in that game. So Brendan Healy knows what it's all about, knows where it's going to take in this second half. Jerry Leonard just beside him as well, Jerry, who would have been the captain in 2001 on when the Finnbarras won that intermediate. He was the first Toher man to get his hands on the Flood Cup. And down on our left hand side, LannLeire just in their team huddle just before. I think David Finnegan will be calling the players back in now for the second half. And of course Peter Fitzpatrick, well, his first season as county chairman, and that'll be his first responsibility of the weekend, will be handing over the Christy Bellew Cup. It'll be either Jason Torres or it will be Hugh McGrain, barring a draw, of course. Just to let listeners know, up until the semi-final stage, if it was a draw, there would be extra time and penalties that had to be decided on the day, but the finals are different. The finals would go to a replay, so if we're level after the 60 minutes in the junior, the intermediate or the senior over this weekend, it won't be extra time or penalties, it will be a replay, and those replays will have to be next weekend. And of course, with pressure on to, obviously, to get the finals played as quickly as possible, the way the situation is. Of course, the inter-county season, Ogie, just around the corner. We had the fixtures published yesterday. Your own view, deep down, you think there's going to be an inter-county season come the 17th of October?
It's hard to know, isn't it? The numbers seem to be going the wrong way. If people, as we're talking about, crowds not coming onto the pitch and adhering to regulations, if everyone follows the proper guidelines, you'd hope so. But 17th of October, I know it's only 2-3 weeks away, and it still seems to be too close though. If the numbers keep going, I think no is the answer. Or games behind closed doors, I don't think that's the option either. Probably go back to a pod of 15 and no more. So you couldn't train, you couldn't do it properly at all.
Well, I think certainly from the Louth County Board's point of view, they'd be delighted to get all the finals finished this weekend, and avoid replays as well, just to get them finished and get the trophies handed out. And referee David Finnegan now has blown his whistle, so we're only moments away now from this second half getting underway. And in this second period, LannLeire will be shooting down to the clubhouse side of the field here in Darver. Just a reminder as well, that's later again, 6 o'clock, full coverage of the match between St Bride's and Kilkerley team sides.
For number 10, Adam Hanratty.
So Adam Hanratty is coming off, and Hugh Osborne, wearing number 22, is coming into the action just like he did last week against John Mitchell. So Osborne, who's had a few injury struggles, and I see Aidan King, the LannLeire PRO, handing I think a slip of paper. There might be a change of the LannLeire team as well. We're just checking that in a second. Aidan King just out towards the middle, we mentioned earlier. He was the last LannLeire man to get his hands on the Christy Bellew Cup, and that changed. There is a change, and it's Paul Callan I see is coming in. There is a change of the LannLeire team as well. For 26, it's Paul Callan, and he's dropping in around the edge of the square, it looks. So Callan, and the man that's going to be
number 26, Callan will replace number 23, Andrew Dowd.
So Andrew Dowd is coming off, so he's off Andrew Dowd, and it's Paul Callan is in wearing number 26. So almost ready to go here at the start of this second half. So a half an hour here left in Darver to decide the destination of the Christy Bellew Cup. Will it be the men in the blue and white from LannLeire ending their 35-year wait for the Christy Bellew, or will it be the men in green and gold from Toher, Naomh Fionnbarra, and returning to the intermediate ranks just a year after their relegation? Referee David Finnegan taking a quick check on his two watches, throws the ball in. We're underway the second half. Liam Shevlin trying to get a flick on it there straight away, but it's LannLeire hands on it, and straight away that man Paul Callan tries to connect it. Good punch coming on it though. Brendan Sims needed to get that a punch on it, and that's exactly what he did. But LannLeire now starting the second half like they began the first one. Ryan McGuinness getting his hands on it far side of the field. A little bit of indecision there from Darren Malone, but it comes back and LannLeire still have it. Ball played forward in towards the path of Paul Callan, and again Brendan Sims does well, gets his toe in this ball. Great defending by young Sims, and finds a man this on the overlap, and that man is James Butterley. Butterley now flicking out towards this near side of the field. Coming onto it now is Kieran Markey now. Brenny McAvoy giving chase, but that ball played into space. Finnbarra now coming on the attack. Man who has it is James Butterley once more. Butterley back to Liam Shevlin. Liam Shevlin now flicks it inside. Joining the attack now we have Josh Crosby. Crosby now back in turn, picking out Niall Woods. Niall Woods back to Shevlin once more. Shevlin now inside the 65-metre line. Has a look up, goes to the ball in towards the corner. Didn't quite work out on that occasion, and LannLeire have broken up that move, and it comes down towards this near side of the field, and it's Gary Monaghan now who has it. Gary Monaghan now coming soloing forward. Up over halfway he comes down towards Alan Murphy, but again good reading of the situation there by the Finnbarra's defence, and it was Calum Regan now. Good play by Calum Regan, flicking it inside. Good confident run forward out of defence there by young Calum Regan. Now what can the Finnbarras do with this one? Back it comes now to Kieran Markey again, running into a challenge. William Woods has it, plays it into space. That's an inviting ball for Pádraig Butterley, but the full back does his job, just puts him off his stride. Paul McGill. Kieran Markey still down on the ground here, down towards our left. Kieran Markey Markey, and the Finnbarr's physio out quickly to attend to him. He's up on his feet though. Play continues far side the field. It's LannLeire now coming on the attack, up over halfway, trying to get his challenge in. Good defend. Referee blows his whistle. Marching Murphy got his challenge in, but the referee says it was an illegal tackle, and it is going to be a free for the LannLeire men. And that injury has been sorted out to Kieran Markey. Nothing too serious by the looks of it. Referee now having words on this occasion with Niall Woods, the Finnbarr's wing back. And now it's going to be a free far side of the field, and it is Killian Gregory. And a little bit later on as well, we will be picking a man of the match as well. And let's see now what Killian Gregory we're going to do with this one. Sending that one long, lofts it up. High ball down towards that corner, running after in towards the corner. We have Niall Lennon. Niall Lennon does well to keep it in play, plays it across. It's a dangerous ball in. Goalkeeper, that's a catch. Well, the referee has already blown his whistle. Dahi Woods under a bit of pressure. He did catch it, but he was fouled in the process as well. And there's a near man down as well, Alan Murphy. But Alan Murphy now just feeling the effects of that knock. I think it was just a 50-50 really. And there's going to be a change. I see John Doyle, we mentioned him at half time, wearing number 23, the most experienced man here. And inside the fence here in Darver, John Doyle, and he's coming on very shortly, I think, just to add that bit of experience. This Finnbarr's team, survivor from 2001, and now let's see if Alan Murphy. Now this could be an enforced change. Meanwhile, for the LannLeire men, they have still options. Bob Murphy, and it is John Doyle coming in.
23, John Doyle, for number 12, Kieran Markey.
So Kieran Markey is coming off the field. Might have been just that slight knock, maybe accelerated his removal from the action at this stage, but John Doyle is in around that middle third of the for a second. The LannLeire almost punished severely there for that short kick out. We mentioned those kick outs and the pressure that the Finnbarrs are putting on them. They've got away with it. Referee has blown his whistle again now, and there are two players further out the field are down receiving attention. Yes, but just for a moment there, William Woods, the right man, had it, but I'm not sure whether he touched it on the ground. He ended up giving away the free, Ogie. But LannLeire have to be very, very careful in those sort of situations.
You just can't take your eyes off this guy. We're talking earlier about the brains he showed when he lifted his head for that free kick, something he'd have no problem slotting over. Saw the late run of Conor Osborne. It's the exact same here. He was hiding behind a LannLeire defender, watched the goalkeeper place the ball, judged it and intercepted it, almost in on goal, just losing his step footing.
Almost 16 minutes gone here in the second half. The man making this one run, it's Mark Dunn. He's only on the field. The substitute is still Mark Dunn. John Doyle trying to get his hands and trying to keep pace with him in towards the centre. Now it goes. Could be another chance on here. It's Mark Callan who has, or Paul Callan I should say. Paul Callan now flicks it to his outside. It's Killian Gregory in possession now. Killian Gregory, does he fancy? Goes for the pass. A little bit loose. It's Breenan now. McGuinness now has it flicking inside. Could be a chance on here of a goal. Oh, and it's come back off the post. Back out it comes. Oh, somehow tipped out. Oh, brilliant defending. And I think that was Colin McGrain. An absolute amazing save by the Finnbarr's defender. It looks as if it was Hugh McGrain, I think, got his body on the line there, put his body on the line, and somehow managed to keep that out of the back of the net. There were two opportunities there for LannLeire goal. It came back off the woodwork, it came back out again. They had a second opportunity, and somehow it has stayed. And it is Hugh McGrain. Well, he blocked it tremendous. He had a tremendous block for a score that the Finnbarr's got in the first half, and he's thrown his body in front of it again here on the goal line, and somehow it stayed out of the back of the net. Well, we've had chances at either end here. This game really, it's really bubbling up nicely here now at this stage. We've had 3 goals so far. Certainly could have had 2 more at this point at least. But now that free 45 taken quickly. Alan Murphy now has it. Alan Murphy now. Is there still another goal in the LannLeire? Flick forward. Now Manu has it again. It says Alan Murphy fancies his chances here, sending it in dangerously in. Goalkeeper out. Oh, it's ended up in the back of the net. I think it's gone directly to the back of the net. Alan Murphy, I think, will claim it. The Finnbarr's let it run. It might have went through the hands, I think, perhaps of Dahi Woods. It's wrestled in the top left-hand corner of the net. And there another goal we have, and it's Alan Murphy, I think, will certainly claim it. I don't know whether any other player might have touched it there, but it certainly deceived the goalkeeper and the Finnbarr's defence, and it's ended up in the top corner of the net, and that now makes it 2 goals and 5 to 2 goals and 6. It's turned around again, and all of a sudden LannLeire are back in front. What drama we've had here in the last few minutes, Ogie.
Happy birthday, Alan Murphy, Colm. That was unbelievable. Whatever this game lacked in the first half, it has oozed it in the second half. Goal chances, mistakes, fumbles, saves, drop balls. It's had absolutely everything. I can't keep my tongue in my mouth, Colm. It's brilliant. Was it a pass? Was it a shot for a point? It dipped. Paul Callan came in, put the keeper off. Don't think, as you're right, don't think either of them touched it, and it just carried all the way in. But LannLeire will take it. They'll run with that goal. My God.
Absolutely, they'll take the goal, and they have got the lead back. They've snatched the advantage once more in this game. 2 goals and 6 to 2 goals and 5. You can't take your eyes off it there at this stage. As we mentioned earlier on, it wasn't the best first halves really, but it's certainly come to life in this second half. The goals have helped it along. The Finnbarrs coming back to lead. The second goal that they got from Conor Osborne, the quick free, and the runner that was Conor Osborne catching the LannLeire defence unawares, and that giving the Finnbarrs the lead back at 2 goals and 5 to 1 goal and 6. It looked as if that advantage was going to be enough coming to the end of the third quarter and the water break, but there was still time for the drama of a LannLeire goal after 2 opportunities. The effort that can back off the crossbar can back down, and Hugh McGrain somehow got his body in front of it. He went out at the expense of the 45. From the 45, Alan Murphy taking possession. He probably had a point on his mind, but it dropped a little bit short. It deceived the Finnbarrs goalkeeper, and it ended up in the top corner of the net. So we have 11 minutes or so to decide who will be Louth Junior Champions, Anglo Printers Louth Junior Champions for 2020. Will LannLeire take more of the inspiration perhaps from that goal, or is there still yet another kick in the Finnbarrs here? But it is everything that you would hope for in a derby game and in a county final. So David Finnegan now ready to resume action. So 1 point between the teams. LannLeire with their noses back in front, and it's Finnbarr's goalkeeper Dahi Woods to take this one down the middle there. Didn't get very much height in that one. Marcin Murphy trying to get his hands on it, controls it well, goes to ground. Marcin Murphy gets the free. Marcin Murphy now is going to leave it. It's going to be Hugh McGrain to take it. You might just well hear the wind, a very strong wind here in the background. Ball floated over towards that far side. Looks like Pádraig Burley running this one forward. On it goes now towards the substitute. That's Hugh Osborne. Hugh Osborne picking out Liam Shevlin, trying to get around his man still. Liam Shevlin just dropped the ball for a second, tries to pick it up with the second attempt, but LannLeire coming barging out of defence, and again they do well. Far side the field now. Can LannLeire kick on now, having got the lead back with that goal from Alan Murphy. Ball with Ian Mulroy. Mulroy now gets the return pass. A little bit of a tangle there off the ball between Killian Gregory and John Doyle. Nothing too serious though. Both players back up on their feet. Ball now coming towards this near side towards Jason Torres, the LannLeire captain, on the 65-metre line, flicking it across. William Woods now has come out deeper out the field. Ball now played up over the 45-metre line, and it's Paul Callan who has it. Paul Callan now playing that ball into space. Now it's with Kevin Marr, I see, who's come into the action, sending this one in, floats it in, and that one is dropped, and it has gone over the crossbar. And it's Kevin Marr who's just come into the action, I think it is number 7. It's Kevin, and Conor Osborne has come off, and it's Kevin Marr has come, and Josh Crosby. So the Finnbarrs have rung a couple more changes, but Kevin Marr has got the score. That now makes it a 2-point game. 2 goals and 7 for LannLeire, 2 goals and 5 for the Finnbarrs. 21 minutes gone in this second half, and from that kick out, not good distance on it there from the Finnbarrs goalkeeper Dahi Woods, and his LannLeire have possession back. It's with Killian Gregory. Now can LannLeire do to the Finnbarrs what they did to Glyde in the closing stages last week, and that's closed the game out in the final 10 minutes or so. Here's Kevin Marr now once more in possession, has support coming from Killian Gregory. The Finnbarrs just not getting their challenges in perhaps like they were a bit earlier, but as I say that's commentators, of course they do on this occasion. John Doyle intercepting that one. The Finnbarrs now though, they're on the back foot a bit. They're 2 points in arrears, they need scores. Running into a challenge there on that occasion was Niall Woods, but he does well. Now, Finnbarra's coming the attack up inside the LannLeire half of the field. It's with Pádraig Butterley. Back it goes now to Hugh Osborne. Hugh Osborne now taking on the responsibility himself. Breaks inside the 45-metre line and gets us free. William Woods now. Will he contemplate the quick one? He's going to place it on the ground, I think, William Woods. No real need for panic at this stage. We still have 8 minutes or so to go. Still a lot of football to be played. Still everything up in the air. And it's William Woods who's going to take it from the ground. His team trailing by 2 points. 2 goals and 7 for LannLeire. 2 goals and 5 from the men from Toher. Off the ground now from William Woods. Can he send this one in? It's gone. It's going. Oh, the wind is pulling it left. It's knocked back in, but that's gone out of play. The referee blows his whistle. I think it may have Liam Shevlin got his hands on that ball, but in the end, at pains to keep it in play, and it's going to be a kick out, I think, for the goalkeeper, for the LannLeire goalkeeper, Liam Callan, and that'll just suit LannLeire nicely. A 2-point lead they have for themselves. Those last 2 scores, the goal, another change. And yes, Colin or Alan Murphy is coming off the action. And is it Bob Murphy, I wonder, that's going in? It is, I think, Bob Murphy, just like last week. Bob Murphy, who got that very late goal last week to put the cherry on top of the cake last week against Lloyd Rangers. So it's Bob Murphy in now. Ball now played inside, played out from that kick out. And the man who gets his hands on is Keevin Marr. Keevin Marr now for LannLeire. LannLeire now coming forward again. Keevin Marr in possession. There's a LannLeire man who's picked up a knock. The ball breaks. Referee blows his whistle and he's going to give the free in. Man who was fouled, Darren Malone, wins the free. I think it's going to be a free in for LannLeire. Referee is going to call a player over, I think, as well. But just now you just feel that LannLeire are just beginning to turn this game very much in their favour, Ogie. I think the big turning point here, Colm, is LannLeire have got a grip of the midfield. 25 minutes or so into the first half, I saw Liam Shevlin, he had his hands on his knees. I don't know if it's an injury, fitness, I'm not sure, but he's too big a player to take off. They've moved him into full forward. But since that move, LannLeire have worked their way steadily into the game. I know Ian Mulroy, he's been a little bit error strewn with his passes, but he's been on the ball far more. Hawkins coming in late with that goal. All the ball now in the middle of the field seems to be owned by LannLeire, and that's what could be turning the screw here now. Yeah, a couple of bookings there. John Doyle has got his name taken, I think one of the LannLeire players as well. But now 24 minutes gone in the second half, and it's going to be a free. It's Killian Gregory again for the LannLeire men, just inside the 45-metre line. Right footed from Killian Gregory. This one is off target though, and it's gone left and wide. So that would have been a huge score to get. It would put 3 between the teams. The Finnbarra's just about hanging on in there, but I suppose the money would have to be on LannLeire at this stage of the game with the 2-point advantage, and they're just beginning now just to get that bit of foothold. And just the Finnbarra's just look to be running out of steam a little bit. Ball now dropping at the centre of the field. John Doyle tries to get his hands on it. The Finnbarra's from that breaking ball. It is in Tower hands again. Man in possession. It's James Burley. That ball flick forward into space. Finnbarra's need to win it, and it's with Hugh Osborne. Hugh Osborne now coming forward with it. Difficult to try to send it, to try to pick out his man, but he finds John Doyle now. John Doyle coming forward with it. Now here's the team captain, Hugh McGrain. Hugh McGrain now offloads it. Here's Liam Shevlin. Liam Shevlin now down towards the corner. William Woods in possession now. Liam Shevlin has made the outside run. Gets it at the just about gathers it. Back it goes again to William Woods. William Woods now, and LannLeire, I suppose, doing to Finnbarra's what they did to Glyde last week. That's push as many men behind the ball as they can and try to frustrate the opposition. And that's the way they've been able to mix their game plan in the last few matches. Again, the Finnbarra's now just trying to walk this one short. Man who has it is Niall Woods in towards the centre again, flicking it on. Now it's with Liam Shevlin again. Liam Shevlin, just for a second that one broke down. Liam Shevlin trying to get his hands on it. Back it goes again. Poor hands by who was in there. One of the Finnbarra's and just couldn't make a clean catch on it. And LannLeire have done their job, and they've got possession of it, and they've broken up that Finnbarra's move. Ball now up over halfway. Hand coming on it now, and it's Bob Murphy, the substitute now. Fresh legs could mean everything at this stage of the game, and Bob Murphy has been penalised for overcarrying. He's given away the free, and the Finnbarra's now have it back. Hugh Osborne, referee, is not happy. He's going to let that. The free has to be taken again. Another change coming on the LannLeire team. 17 is coming in, Paul Doyle. Can't just hear who he's replacing, but he's joining. I think it might be Thomas Doyle.
Doyle for Doyle?
Yeah, Doyle for Doyle. The two brothers, I think brothers, so it's one Doyle for another. Finnbarra's have now taken that free far side of the field. So reminder of the score again. LannLeire by 2-7 to 2-5. Is there still drama? Is there still enough time for the Finnbarra's to engineer a couple more scores. Is there another goal in them even?
Yeah, Willie Woods on your side, absolutely. Liam Shevlin inside, absolutely.
Yeah, well, they did it back in 2010. They did it with 2 late goals to beat the Sean McDermotts just when it looked as if the men from Mount Rush had done enough to get over the finish line. Ball sent in, touch coming on it, but nothing just working out there for the Finbars at the moment, and there could be another free out coming very shortly. Ball on the ground, referee though playing on. It's given away by the Dunleer men. Push there on Brendan Sims. That's certainly going to be a free in. Sims gets the free, and the Finbars will know as well as anybody now, every opportunity has to be taken, seized at this moment. 27.5 minutes gone in the second half.
The wind. We'll watch this now with Colm with the wind. Has he the distance, or will he go short? We know he has both strings to his bow, that's for sure.
Well, he's taking plenty of steps back from William Woods, which would suggest that he's going to go long with it. But the Finbars need bodies in around the edge of the square. This may well drop short. Right footed from William Woods. This one is sailing in. Oh, that's an absolutely majestic score from William Woods. Absolutely superb point from William Woods. His team are still in this game, 2-7 to 2-6. We have 28 minutes exactly gone in the second half, one between the teams. Now the kick out from Liam Callan. Are we looking at a draw match? Are we looking at a replay? I wonder here next weekend. Every possibility at this stage. The Finbars though still need to get their hands on it. They still need one further score, and they have it. But it's just inside the Dunleer half of the field. John Doyle now trying to orchestrate this one and trying to walk his team into a scoring position. Martin Murphy now getting his hands on it, in towards the centre, up over the 45-metre line it goes. This is promising now from the Finbars. Hugh Osborne, back it goes now again. Man in possession is Niall Woods. Niall Woods now decides to go on a bit of a run himself. Still Niall Woods, he's breaking inside the 45-metre line, still decides to go on himself. Looks a little bit jaded there a little bit, and goes to ground. Whether that's a little bit of cramp setting in, but he stayed on the ground, Niall Woods. A little bit of short on options there in terms of support play, and the Finbars now have given possession back to their opponents. Jason Torres, who has it, he's the captain. Out back in the near side of the field it comes. Man who has it now is Niall Lennon. Niall Lennon, the ball goes out over the line. It's a sideline ball for the Finbars. Still time, Niall Woods. Still a bit of cramp setting in. That ball played down towards the corner. Coming out to meet this one now, it's Owen Osborne. Referee has blown his whistle, and it's going
to be out of play, Colm. He kicked it out of play to come back into play.
Well, it's gone out, and Brendan Healy having words with Paul Finnegan, the linesman, and I think the Finbars it's going to be a line ball. It's going to be a line ball to LannLeire. So it actually went out of play. That's what happened, Ogie. The Finbars perhaps a little bit too showing a little bit too much eagerness to try and get the ball played down towards that corner and to try to resume play, and a good opportunity gone a begging there for the Finbars, because that was certainly perhaps an opportunity. It's a line ball instead for Dunleer, and it's going to be Jason Torres to take it. I don't think Niall Woods is going to be able to continue. He looks in a bit of agony, but for the moment he's staying on the field. Now LannLeire have to be sensible now about it. Not to give it away cheaply. Ian Mulroy in possession. That ball is sent forward. Now it's a Breen McGuinness. Have Dunleer done enough? I wonder. We're inside now the first 5 seconds of injury time, but the Finbars have robbed it back. They have to now try to walk it into a scoring position. It's Hugh Osborne down towards the corner. Liam Shevlin has it, turns his man. Still Liam Shevlin has a look over the post, goes for the score. Was he fouled? Challenge going in on Liam Shevlin, and it's gone wide from Liam Shevlin. Well, was that a foul? Well, in fairness, the Finbars not protesting too much. He pulled the trigger, he went to ground, but it's gone left and wide. Another wide for the Finbars. Is that their opportunity gone in this game? But they rob possession back far side the field. Dunleer giving it away. Still time though, 2-7 to 2-6. We still will have a few minutes more to be added. There's another change now coming on the Finbars team. It's going to be Michael McArdle coming in now for in the dying stages of this game. I think it'll have to be Niall Woods coming off with that cramp, and Michael McArdle now just waiting for his turn to come in here for the last couple of moments of this game. The Finbars chasing at 2 goals and 7 to 2 goals and 6. The kick comes from Liam Callan, dropping dangerously down. Hugh Osborne, Martin Murphy gets it for the Finbars, flicks it inside, coming forward now with it. Still might be one final opportunity. Barry Burley has it. Barry Burley now, it's on to Hugh Osborne. Osborne now coming forward with it. He finds William Woods. William Woods flicks it outside. Hugh Osborne gets his hands on it the second attempt. Still Hugh Osborne goes on the ground, and the referee spots it. It's been touching the ground, and the Finbars have given away the free. The free has been given away. Ball touching the ground. Another change, 2 changes coming on now. The Dunleer are making a change as well, and coming off, it's going to be O'Connell Maher is the man that's coming in, and it's going to be that change just being made now. It's O'Connell Maher that's coming in. So now looking at the stopwatch, 31.5 minutes gone. Just confirmation there on the PA of the changes for both sides. And now LannLeire, well, have they done enough, I wonder? Have they done enough to hold off the challenge of their neighbours? But the Finnbarrs have had a couple of opportunities and perhaps just haven't taken the right options, and has time run out on them, I wonder here. They led at various stages the goals, and LannLeire now on about trying to keep possession.
Can't get out of the half, Colm. They can't get out of the half. So many errors.
Still Liam Callan now, well out of his goal, and ball played across now. This is dangerous play. Jason Torres, who has it, tries to cut around the challenge of William Woods. Referee say, he's given away the free. Jason Torres, and now William Woods. The moment has arrived for William Woods. Perhaps William Woods, well, he scored an effort from a similar distance out not that long ago. It was the last score of the game. In fact, William Woods, that's about 3-4 minutes ago. That's a sublime effort, and now a huge kick coming up here from William Woods. The Finnbarrs, I'd say, would settle for a replay at this stage. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, although if this sails over, they'll chase the win, no doubt about it. It's the error count is unbelievable. LannLeire have options in the backs, but they're running down dead ends. They're coughing the ball up, and up until this free kick, Finnbarrs have been giving it straight back to them. They've been making the errors as well, silly sideline ball kicks and things like that. Oh God, here we go. Yeah, well, 33 minutes gone in the second half. So William Woods with this opportunity. 1-5, he's already contributed in this game for his team. This, surely, if it goes over, I think the referee's full-time whistle won't be too far away thereafter. And I think we're looking at a replay. If it goes wide, that could be the last chance gone for the Tower side. Whistles go up far side the field, floats it in from William Woods. Is it gone? Is it on target? No. It's gone right and wide from William Woods. It's a wide from Woods. LannLeire crowd the far side of the field. Happy to see that one gone wide of the post. Towards second half wide for the Finnbarrs. Have they missed their opportunity? 3 minutes of additional time. Well, we have played 34 minutes almost, so the 3 minutes with the water break already. There can't be too much more to be added here. Here comes Liam Callan with the kick out. Still played out. Good Mark called at the centre of the field. And it is Mark Dunn sending it down towards this near side of the field. It's with Gary Monaghan now, in towards Killian Gregory trying to take on his man. Still Gregory gives possession away. Finnbarrs have it back with marching with Hugh McGrain, the captain. Still Hugh McGrain has to be careful not to give it away, gets us free. Still one final opportunity perhaps, but it's very far out the field. It's on their own 45-metre line. Hugh McGrain, the captain for the Finnbarrs. Across it goes now to John Doyle. John Doyle now coming forward with it. One last hurrah here for the Tormen. Played long and down it goes. Hugh Osborne underneath this one. And back it goes. Hugh Osborne has it again. That was NFL. Marching Murphy now has to scamper after this one to keep it in play. But he has a bit of time here and a bit of space to look up. Still Marching Murphy goes for the, well, thought about going for the pass. Flicks it across to Hugh Osborne again. Hugh Osborne now. LannLeire now have to be brave in defence. They have to try and keep this one out. Still Hugh Osborne coming forward with it. He's breaking inside. Goes for the pass to William Woods. William Woods sending a couple of dummies. Still William Woods. Is he brought to ground? Tries to flick it outside. No. Broken up and scooped off the ground. It's a free in. It's a free in to the Finnbarrs. A free in. The ball has been touched to the ground, and surely now we're looking, and the ball has been brought forward. LannLeire have, somebody said something to the referee, and David Finnegan blows his whistle. This is surely going to be an equalising score from William Woods. The Finnbarrs, just when we looked as though their chance had gone in the game with that earlier wide from Woods, well, the same player now can tie it up here. A quick chance of a reprieve for William Woods. Not that you can put too much blame on him for that earlier miss, because everything else more or less that has fallen his way today he has scored from. So it's Woods now just outside the 13-metre line. There's to draw it up here and surely send this game to a replay. And that is tapped over the crossbar from Woods. No mistake from William Woods. 2 goals and 7 apiece. We're looking at a draw game here surely. We have played almost 6 minutes of injury time, and William Woods, 1 goal and 6 he scored in this game. It's surely going to be a replay next week, and could be a chance on here for goal. Oh my God! It's a goal from the kick out. The man who was scored, I think it's Hugh Osborne. Oh my God! Unbelievable scenes here. From the kick out, the Finnbarrs have put it in the back of the net. Oh, what drama! Unbelievable, the poor kick out. It's ended up in the back of the net, and LannLeire have been rocked. And time almost up here. The Finnbarrs look as if they've stolen the victory. Well, we spoke about them being happy to take a replay, but now can LannLeire respond? It's unbelievable. Another third goal for the Finnbarrs. Here come LannLeire at the other end of the field. Ball flicked outside. Finnbarrs trying to intercept it, trying to keep this one out, but the ball has ended up in the back of the net for the Finnbarrs. Can't be too much more to be added. Could be still a chance on here for LannLeire. The ball is bobbling around. Referee has already blown his whistle. He's given the free in. Hard to keep up with it here. It's 3 goals and 7. 3 goals and 7 to 2 goals the 2 goals and 7. The Finnbarrs with the one goal lead, 3-7 to 2-7. Oh, what drama here! What drama we have! I think it's Owen Osborne, the man that has got.
Yeah,
it is Owen Osborne, and I think there's a red card here. Jason Torres, I think, has picked up a. I'm thinking about red card for red card.
Foul, obviously.
It's Colm Regan, I think. There is a red card. Yeah, well, we're just spotting, looking to see what it was. The goal coming from Owen Osborne is the substitute who's got the goal for the Finnbarrs, number 19. And here comes the free, and that one is floated in, and it's Finnbarrs who get their hands on it. They get it out of defence. Can't be too much more. The referee, he's added 7.5 minutes of injury time. It looks as if it is going to be Owen Osborne, the hero of the hour here for the Finnbarrs. Still no sign of the referee's full-time whistle. Ball sent dangerously in again. Is there still an opportunity here of an equalising goal? Finnbarrs have their hands on it. Brendan Sims, I think, gets it out there of the danger zone. The ball sent in, and there is the full-time whistle. The Finnbarrs have won it here in dramatic circumstances, and it's Owen Osborne, the hero of the day. The Finnbarrs have won this in dramatic circumstances with virtually the last kick of the game. Unbelievable stuff here in Darver. What an end to the game. The Finnbarrs were chasing in the last few minutes, but in fairness, they didn't give up the chase. William Woods with a couple of scores, eventually tying it up at 2-7 apiece. We thought that was it. We thought the referee's full time would sound soon after, but there was still time. And from the kick out, it was the substitute Owen Osborne making the most of a poor kick out. He got possession and ran straight through the centre and buried the ball past the LannLeire goalkeeper Liam Cannon. We had barely time to draw our breaths, and Owen Osborne, well, just like 2010 and the 2 late goals the Finnbarrs got, just when it looked as if they were heading for perhaps a defeat, they managed to get a winning goal in the end, and it's come from Owen Osborne. Well, Ogie, we're drawing our breaths after that. What an incredible end to the game. It looked as if LannLeire perhaps had done enough to see out the game, but not so. The Finnbarrs kept at it, and that bit of added experience. We thought they had run out of legs a little bit of energy, but they kept going and going. The opportunities presenting themselves, and the goal that they got, 3-7 to 2-7, the full-time score, 1 goal victory, and the hero of the hour, that man Owen Osborne. But what drama here! You could not have happened if you're neutral here, and I know there are not very many neutrals, but that was as good a finish as we've had any final in recent times.
Sensational, Colm. First time live on air, I'm going to say this, I'm stuck for words. I was just, my heart was in my mouth. It was unbelievable. And where maybe against the run of play slightly at the end of the first half, Hawkins gets up for LannLeire and blows the net out of it. Kind of slightly against the run of play. It didn't look like a goal was coming. A bad kick out, well read by the Finnbarrs. In gets Osborne, and he buried it. The keeper was making it back. He still had to pull it away. He was still some distance out, but he placed it nicely, nestled it in. The Finnbarrs crowd are overjoyed. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, great scenes here. Owen Osborne taking the acclaim here of the Finnbarr supporters down in front of us. He is the hero of the hour, if you like, but there were certainly more heroes than him. I know he got the winning goal, and great to see it. Congratulations from family and friends, because it means so much to the Finnbarrs. They have the Christy Bellew Cup this evening. There won't be the normal celebrations, of course, but they'll take this one. And down in front of the small gathering of Finnbarr supporters, Liam Shevlin, an award for Liam Shevlin as well. He lost a couple of finals in the Dreadnoughts colours at senior level. He's now got his hands on a championship medal, Liam Shevlin, and you certainly can't begrudge him that, because he put in a hell of an effort. We thought he might have been carrying a knock perhaps as well, but he kept at it, and great leadership. William Woods, of course, the 1-6 he finished with in the game. But our man of the match, we won't just reveal that, but we have selected a man of the match, and it's on the Finnbarrs team. That's as much as I'll say for the moment. But heroes all around the field today. But LannLeire, they will feel it was there for them at various stages. Certainly when they got the second goal, the Alan Murphy goal, they got the following score then soon after that, Ogie. But you know, finals are finals. The Finnbarrs, perhaps they did come on under the radar into today's final a little bit. They were underdogs, but certainly every man out there stood up to it today and did the job.
No, it was brilliant. It was an absolutely phenomenal second half of football. Everything that I thought the LannLeire did in the first 15 minutes of that second half, they seemed to dominate the middle. They had runners coming through. They had multiple options, all dried up in the last 5 to 10 minutes of that second half. They could not get the ball out of their defence. They overran it, ran into dead ends, dropped balls, anything they could do to make a mistake, they did. And they invited the Finnbarras back in. And even at that, we didn't see that goal coming. He read it so well, Osborne. The keeper had literally placed it and was delivering it, and he had read it. He ran, intercepted and buried it. It was a super goal. My heart absolutely goes out to LannLeire. But when the scoreboard says winners is, that's fair, and that's all fair, love and war. Finnbarras have won this, rightly so. Brilliant finish. So much drama, you're right, it's unbelievable, Colm.
Yes, well, William Woods leading from the front in terms of scores, but there were leaders all around the field defensively as well in the first half, early second half. I know they dropped off perhaps a little bit in that final quarter, but great energy, great defending. Killian Gregory were on occasions looked perhaps not the influence we thought he was going to have in today's game, but all credit to these Finnbarras lads, and I mean it's not an easy thing that they've done either, getting back when when the team is relegated. If they lose a few players, Ogie, but to come back at the very first attempt, it takes a bit of doing.
Yeah, it really does, and it's a flip of a coin. If you don't go up this year, you might lose more, and you wallow in the doldrums for a while. They've gone straight back up, and a couple of young fellas coming through. They'll be a tough team in intermediate football. They've still obviously Willie Woods. I mean, 1-6 today. He's absolutely phenomenal. But he's got guys around him willing to work. Liam Shevlin, big powerhouse. Fullback had a great game. Number 6 had a great game. And when you consider, I thought Brian McGuinness had a great game from LannLeire. He kept Conor Osborne quiet. Conor Osborne to be kept quiet, and they still get the victory. That's a measure of this team. They're very, very good.
Yeah, and just I see John Doyle out there as well. A 4th championship medal for John Doyle. Wow. I wonder, will he consider retiring after this? He's been on the go a long time, and a great influence again off the bench today. He did his bit.
Steadied it.
Going back to almost 20 years now playing at the top level for the Finnbarras. The presentation will take place over on that far side, and of course all the spectators being asked to keep away, to stay off the field. I know it will be difficult, obviously. Everybody wants to celebrate a championship win when it's your team, but they are the rules and regulations, and I'm sure they will be adhered to. But yes, the Christy Bellew Cup, it'll be crossing Annigassan Bridge into the village a little bit later on, and to wherever else they around the parish later on. The celebrations won't be quite what they were in previous years, back in 15 and before that in 2010 as well, and the intermediate in 01. But that's the way it is. But the silverware is heading back to Tor Parish this evening. They've won this game in the most dramatic of the circumstances, just when it looked as if at one stage the Tor men had lost it, when we were looking at a replay after William Woods' equalising point. Still time for more drama with the injury time that was added on, and it was Owen Osborne, the substitute, the hero of the hour, capitalising on a kick out. He picked the ball up and planted it past the LannLeire goalkeeper Liam Callan, sparking jubilant celebrations. LannLeire had about a minute or so left to try and rescue it. They had 1 or 2 opportunity balls that were pumped in close to the Tor goal, but the Finnbarras defence stood firm, kept the ball out of the back of the net, and that's all that mattered as far as they were concerned. They've won it here, the Tor men. Naomh Fionnbarra, Christy Bellew Cup Junior Champions for 2020. They're back in the Intermediate Championship for next season. Sincere thanks to Ogie Harmon, my match analyst today. We still have more action to come, of course, later on, and we're just ready now to go over towards the presentation now, where I think we can see now at first hand the cup will be handed over to the Finnbarras captain, Hugh McGrain.
Well done. Listen, I'm going to start off. The first thing I want to do is to present the man in the match. First of all, I'd like also to thank Aaron Keelan for coming here this evening. Aaron is the main man in Anglo Printers. Anglo Printers has been a long time sponsor of the Junior Championship. And listen, we'd like if Aaron and Anglo Printers would have a championship today. Aaron, thanks very much on behalf of the Live 20 World. Thank you. Second, sorry. Listen, I promise I won't keep it too long. But listen, there's a lot of people we have to thank for today. We have to thank, first of all, the referee and linesman and umpire. We have to thank the Darver committee, who this year have done an absolutely fantastic job under the stewardship of Declan Bowen, and listen, Sean Bowen, Jason, listen, everybody involved with Darver. Listen, without you, this would never happen. Thank you very, very, very much. Next thing I want to do, I want to thank the supporters. The supporters, you're asked to do something today and you've done it. So listen, well done to both teams. I know myself what it's like to lose. I lost 3 senior championships. And listen, the best thing to do is, listen, come back next year, LannLeire. I know it didn't happen last year. Listen, sometimes it's only a kick of a ball between the two teams. And as far as LannLeire, you don't deserve to be playing junior football. You deserve to play intermediate football. And please God, next year you'll come back and win it. I also want to thank Mark Barnes of PRO, who, along with LuTV, done a fantastic job over the last 8 or 9 weeks. The amount of people that couldn't come to the games and still was able to enjoy it, looking all that at LuTV. Mark, I want to thank you, Roland, all your team, all the commentators, like LMFM, Corrigan, all the people you had on the board. I'm not just saying that, you've done an absolutely fantastic job. You made it live football proud. Everybody in the county could see all the games. Well done. Thank you. Also, I want to thank the media, all the local papers, the radios, all the photographers, only for the media, putting all the information over the games, we didn't have it, right? Also, I want to thank both teams again. I want to say what a fantastic job you've done. And I also want to thank Vinnie McCoy and Media Security for doing a fantastic job here today. I also want to thank Adrian Conlon over the last number of weeks of supplying soup, sandwiches, tea and everything at the moment. Adrian, thanks very much. And to your daughter Chloe, thanks very much for your work. And the last people I want to thank is the Grants people. Look at the stadium, look at it, Darver has done really, really well in the last number of weeks. And I think this pitch here at the moment, it's like playing in Crow Park. And football should always come first, and there should be no excuses whatsoever. But I want to congratulate Tor and win the championship today. 2 very, very good teams. And I now call on Hugh McGrain to receive the cup. Thank you. Chairman, and in fairness, coming in here, I was completely and utterly wrong. But I want to say one thing. I want to thank Aidan Barry as our treasurer, Bob Doherty, our secretary, my old friend Sean McLean, who's the vice chairman, and also the CCC. I want to thank everybody for making things so handy. If you didn't see Kevin Gordon here at the moment, the best of the minor thing. Listen, all for one of us small, we should all very proudly be part of the GA, and listen to you. Thank you very much. We don't do it easy, do we? I just want to start by thanking the county board. Well done, lads. It was a very hard year to play any football, and you did very well. LuTV, Darver, everything went very well. Well done, lads. To all our sponsors, especially Oxygen, you've been great help over the years. Anytime we need anything, you'll be there. Well done. Thank you. All the committee members, all the lads and ladies that do all the hard work behind the scenes, putting up the second pitch, all that work, the track, everything else. The club has been transformed in the last few years, and it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for you. Thank you. LannLeire, I'm not sure what I can say after that. We've been in that position before. You'll come back stronger, learn from this, and you'll be there one day. Well done, lads. Just going to say, seeing as we're joined up in the age, it's remarkable the standard of football out there today. And that has to go to all the mentors who have joined up over the years and put time and effort into the young lads. Well done. Well done. To our physio Michelle, our COVID officer Darver, Jerry is slacker. Thanks for everything. This time last year we got relegated. We were a team divided. We young lads and old lads. Now, two lads came in. Alric and Brandon took us together. And now we're one. We're the fucking Finnbarra.
Just a cracker again. It was a cracker. Cracker. Yeah, the goal is not large. Cracker. I thought it was going to be today. Four man again. Must have went to answer from. I don't see Joe there now. Yeah. But I'll tell you what.